Yay, I'm 218. You've made it. The last video in chapter 2. Here we go. Section 2.8, vertical angles. So before I talk about what vertical angles are, we need to talk about what opposite rays are. So opposite rays are two rays with a common endpoint that travel in opposite directions. So I'm going to put some color on here, and let's take a look at ray GN, which goes this way. And maybe I'll do it like that so you can see it. Okay, there's a ray, endpoint here at G, and it travels like down and to the left. Now, if I stay on that same line and I go in the other direction, so let's see if I make this one green. Okay, if I travel in the opposite direction, I've got ray GL. So this purple ray, GN, and this green ray, GL, those are opposite rays. Okay, super important vocab word right there. Okay, so now that we know what opposite rays are, how does that help me with my goal of finding out what vertical angles are? Vertical angles are two angles that have the same vertex, and they are made up of two different pairs of opposite rays. So what does that mean? Well, I'm calling this a pair of opposite rays, right? We said GN and GL are opposite rays, and this is another pair of opposite rays. Okay, so notice how I changed the color. I changed it so that this entire line is in green and this entire line is in purple. So remember, we have the opposite rays, but the union of those opposite rays makes a line. Same thing here. We have opposite rays, but the union of them makes a line. So now it's time to look at a pair of vertical angles. Vertical angles are across from each other. Okay, vertical angles are congruent. That's going to be my theorem. So vertical angles are across from each other. By definition, okay, they are made up with two pairs of opposite rays. So see how the green's in both angles, and the green makes up that pair of opposite rays, and the purple's in both angles, and the purple makes up a pair of opposite rays. So here's our theorem. Okay, vertical angles are what? If you were listening, I said vertical angles are congruent. Okay, so hopefully you have an idea of what vertical angles are in your head now. I'm going to give you a new picture on the next slide and let you name all the different vertical angles. So get ready. All right, Smarties, here we go. We've got a new diagram. I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and pause the video and see if you can list all pairs of vertical angles. Need a hint? Okay, here's what I've done. I've traced each line in a different color. So when you're looking for vertical angles, you should be matching the colors. Okay, first pair. Here we go, opposite rays. So this pink ray and this pink ray are opposite rays. This green one and this green one are opposite rays. So pink and green give me angles 1 and 4. There's a pair of vertical angles. Okay, our next pair of opposite rays, we've got the blue ones and we've got the pink ones. So the angle 2 is made up by blue and pink. Angle 5 is made up by 2 and pink. So there they are. There's pair number 2 of vertical angles. Okay, when I look at angle 3 right here, angle 3 is made up of the ray that's the blue and the ray that's made up of the green. If I take the opposite ray of this green, I get over here and it's touching 7. But when I take the opposite ray of this blue, it's over here touching 6. So angle 3 doesn't have a vertical angle. It would have to be the sum of 7 and 6, and that's not what we're looking for. So in this picture, hopefully I didn't trick you, but there are only two pairs of vertical angles.